going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We're back at you again today with another MLB 15, the show. Diamond Dynasty video. It's Monday, so time for another edition of Risers and Fallers. Thanks, guys, for being so patient with me. You know, as I've said the past couple weeks with these videos, I do work on Mondays, so I don't get home until later on in the day. So for all of you guys still checking out this video, my apologies for the delay, but this is how it's going to be. If you want me to continue to make these videos, I certainly will, but they are going to come out a little late in the day. So again, just thanks for tuning in to another Popular Stranger video. Let's talk about this week's Risers and Fallers. I gotta say, it's a disappointing week in my opinion. Some guys I expected to get moved up did not, or didn't as much as I thought they would, and just not a lot of, you know, excitement around some of the moves. But one that I will tell you is Paul Goldschmidt. We're going to jump right on into it. He jumped up from a 94 to a 97 overall, and real quick, I do want to notate, check out the website daddyleagues.com. A lot of you guys have been telling me about it weekly or week by week with these videos. This is where you can find the full list, and I finally checked it out, and they are very good, man. I like this website a lot. It has some MUT stuff on there I haven't really checked out, but they do really good pricing as far as averages go on these Diamond Dynasty cards, so you can get a good feel for the market, and they had these updates right away. I mean, first thing this morning, like 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern time, so I was able to check it out from work and get an idea of what I was going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and filter out some players, take a look at some. Let's go ahead and do some filtering here. So we mentioned Paul Goldschmidt going from a 94 to a 97. He's a diamond level player. He obviously stayed a diamond level player. One guy that we got to talk about that made the jump the wrong way is Adrian Beltre. He is no longer a diamond player, much like what Robinson Cano did last week. He went from a 93 down to an 89. I know he is injured. That's why Joey Gallo got the call up. By the way, no Joey Gallo card added yet as far as I can see. But Adrian Beltre, I don't know the extent of his injury. I still haven't really looked it up. But he's out, so that caused him to drop. Another player in the AL is Corey Kluber, been tearing it up. He started the season out, or started this game out, I believe, as a 92, dropped down to like an 89. He has now gone back up to a 90, and today he got another increase. He's up to a 92 overall from that 90 ranking he had just last week. Another pitcher, a guy that got an upgrade last week, and luckily I hung on to him. And I probably will continue to hang on to him because he's been pretty solid, and I'm going to be dropping a gameplay with him pitching very soon, and that's Jacob Degrom. Had an excellent week, coming off a good performance last week. Comes around and has another performance the week after that. He jumps up from an 86 to an 87. He was an 83 like 2 weeks ago, so he's moving the correct way up. Jerry's Familia, the closer from the New York Mets, he goes from an 80 to an 85. That is, now this card I happen to have. He's still very cheap. I purchased him well under 1,000 stubs way back early in the season when he led the league in saves for the month of April. I thought, you know what, if this guy can keep it up, he may be getting an upgrade. It took a little while, and he certainly did get one, so he could be a nice closing pitcher for me in the future. Still very cheap too as well, so a lot of these guys getting moves up aren't really, they're not going up in price a ton, so it's very interesting to watch, but still coins to be made, or still stubs to be made. Another reliever, not a closer, but another reliever is Tyler Clippard from the Oakland A's. I had mentioned him a couple weeks ago. I thought he had got an upgrade. I believe I was wrong at the time. Well, he went from an 83 to an 85, so I think maybe he was an 85. He went down, and he came back up. Formerly of the Washington Nats, a very good bullpen guy, as you can see. He sells for quite a few, so if you had him, I don't know if his price went up completely, but he did get an upgrade. Kris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs. I mentioned him. He's on my Young Guns team that I was not letting him go. He got a little bit of a bump. He went from a 83 to an 84, so he's very close to that gold rating. Just a couple more weeks that he may need to play a little better until he gets that. I need to go back to the Mets because Lucas Duda was another guy that got an upgrade, though not a huge one. I would invest in this card because I believe he's a really good hitter, and I don't think this will be the only upgrade that he gets. So you can get him for 52 stubs right now. He's only selling for, that's the sell now. He's only selling right now for 165. I think he will eventually be a gold player, but for now, this week, he just went up from a 79 to an 82. And then another one that I got to talk about, and I'm shocked, guys. I was really shocked. This is kind of why I thought it was disappointing, but our boy Jock Peterson here, well, I shouldn't say our boy because I kind of hate him because he destroyed the Rockies last week. He only went from an 81 to an 83. I was completely shocked. I thought he would be a gold card. Still selling for a decent price. I would wait. I guarantee. Well, I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm thinking that as the week goes on, people are going to start trying to sell him and get rid of him. And I believe he'll end up a gold player eventually. He's just too good of a hitter, not to make that jump. Not to be a gold player eventually, so I'd keep my eye out on him. Now, as I mentioned, go to daddyleagues.com, and then up at the top there's a little link that says DD, short for Diamond Dynasty. That's going to basically bring you guys to some Diamond Dynasty info, and then you can click attribute changes, and it'll give you the full list for this week and every single week. I'll just read off some other guys as we will not go through all of them. Brett Gardner goes from an 83 to an 84. AJ Pollock, 81 to an 83. Sean Tolleson, 77 to an 82. Hector Santiago, I've watched him pitch against the Rockies, not a bad guy. 77 to an 81. Alexi Ramirez goes from an 83 down to an 81. Alex Guerrero, the guy who hit a grand slam on my Rockies in the 9th inning to basically beat us, goes from a 75 to an 81. Mike Moustakas, 80 to an 81. Jeff Samardzija going the wrong way from an 83 down to an 81. Phil Hughes, 82 to an 80. Aramis Ramirez continues to plummet. He's from an 83 to an 80. He used to be an 86 when this game first came out. And then Ryan Zimmerman, 82 to an 80. Yunel Escobar, 77 to an 80. So 2 Nationals. There's a bunch of other guys on there like Mark Trumbo, Evan Gaddis, who I think is another one that you might want to look at. He's probably going to continue to rise. Been a very, very good player for the Houston Astros. Nick Hundley from my Rockies goes from a 71 to a 74. So that's really going to wrap it up for this week's edition. As I said, guys, check out daddyleagues.com. Thanks for watching. I should be back tomorrow with a gameplay. I'm not going to guarantee it, but we got another gameplay for my Young Guns team, and it's a pretty good one. I believe it's with Jacob Degrom as the pitcher, so if you guys want to see him in action since he got his upgrade last week, be on the lookout for that. I'm Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.